Hi there everybody, today we are going to look at spheres, alright, so there's a couple of rules, a couple of formulas here that you need to think about. So if I'm looking for the surface area of a sphere, alright, so the curved surface area of a sphere right on the outside is 4 pi r squared, alright, so that is a surface area of a sphere that you need to learn, alright, where r is the radius from the middle to the outside, alright, because obviously 3 dimensions, so the middle to the outside, and it's quite straightforward to kind of answer questions on this. So if you want the surface area of a sphere, then literally put into your calculator, or without a calculator, put 4 times pi times radius squared, which will be 4 times 81 times pi, which will be 324 pi. So again, if you're asked to leave it in a non-calculator paper, then you'd leave it like that. But of course, if you asked it to decimal places, then you would leave it like that. All right, so that's the surface area of a sphere, essentially. If I will mention it, if obviously your sphere has been halved, so you have half a sphere and you want the surface area, please note that if you chop off the top half of a sphere, then you're going to get rid of half of it, so it's going to be 2 pi r squared, but you'll then have a circle at the top, so you'd need to get on. So actually the surface area of a hemisphere or semisphere, or however you want to kind of say it, is actually 3 pi r squared, because it's half this, which is the curved bit, but then you would add on another circle. All right, I thought it was worth mentioning it because it'd be 3 pi r squared essentially. All right, but I'm sure you could figure that one out as you go. All right, but might as well look at volume. Obviously, it's a very short lesson otherwise, so let's look at volume of spheres. And again, it's another formula that you need to learn. So this one is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so 4/3 pi r cubed, same as before, from the centre to the outside. So it's, for any kind of question, you're going to just apply it. So let's look exactly the same thing. So it's going to be 4/3, or 4 divided by 3, times pi times 9 cubed, which is going to give you 972 pi, which of course is 3053.63, which I'm sure you know. So that is the volume of a sphere. I mentioned last time about a hemisphere in terms of half a sphere. Well, because it's just purely volume, all right, so if you wanted half a sphere, then you would literally just half the answer you've currently got at the end. All right, so nothing else you can really do about that. Just a word of caution in terms of dealing with both spheres and hemispheres in terms of volume and surface area. It's quite easy to recognize the fact that you are using the radius, because I've mentioned it here, so you're using the radius. But of course, I've given you examples where they use the radius, but do not be surprised if they give you the diameter all the way across. And of course, your knowledge of circles needs to come into play so that you understand that you would need to half it if you are given the diameter. I don't mean half your answer, I mean half your diameter to get the radius before you start doing the calculations. All right, so please go to maths-school.co.uk and obviously practice questions on it. There are some questions on there where I basically give you half a sphere. Okay, thanks for listening.